The Guild is Maximum Lawyers' community of legal entrepreneurs who are taking their businesses and lives to the next level. As a Guild member, you'll build relationships, be held accountable, and learn strategies specifically designed to get you unstuck and accelerate your plan for growth. Members are also granted exclusive access to masterminds hosted around the country. Our next event is coming up, and we're heading to Scottsdale, Arizona. There's something truly magical about the power of these in-person connections where real-time breakthroughs happen. Picture this. You're surrounded by like-minded law firm owners tackling your business and mindset challenges together. The energy is electric, the insights are transformative, and the results are game-changing. Investing in yourself is the best decision you'll ever make. The knowledge, strategies, and breakthroughs you'll gain are priceless assets that will supercharge your practice and propel you forward. Join the Guild and secure your ticket to Scottsdale at the best possible price by visiting maxlawevents.com.
Run your law firm the right way. This is the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. Your hosts, Jim Hacking and Tyson Mutrux. Let's partner up and maximize your firm. Welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, it's Tyson again, and in today's quick episode, I'm going to be discussing an essential aspect that can skyrocket your firm's growth. Today, we're going to zero in on a powerful tool that's compact yet mighty, and we're talking about the daily huddle. Before I do get into that, if you do have any questions on anything that you want me to cover, if you have a topic you want me to cover, shoot me a text, and I'll try to cover it on the Saturday show if I can get to it. Text me at 314-501-9260, and if it's something I can cover, I'll do it. But what exactly is a daily huddle? Well, it's a concept from Vern Harnish's really good book. If you have not read it, definitely read it, Scaling Up. And it's all about fast, focused communication. You can think of it as a quick check-in, a touch point to align the team for the day's work. Some people call them, stand-up meetings, I think is a phrase that I've heard, but it's a really effective tool. It was kind of funny because just the other day, a friend of mine, Furman Percelli, he's an attorney that's been practicing law for, I think, 4 decades at this point. He's of counsel with our firm. And since he's of counsel, he doesn't participate in our huddles on a daily basis, but he was in the office the other day and he overheard the huddle. It was really kind of funny. He's like, man, Tyson, this is just amazing. It's just so cool how you all work together and how you all communicate. It was kind of funny because back in the day, we just never did things like that. And he's worked in, big firms, he's worked in small firms, but it was a really cool perspective to hear him talking about it. But it is something that I will tell you we didn't do early on, but it is something that is really, really important to our firm. They can really be a game changer for many law firms. I highly recommend them. They enhance communication. They keep everyone aligned with the vision of the firm, the goals of the firm, and they keep nudging you forward every single day so that your daily and your weekly and your quarterly and your yearly goals are all aligned and you keep moving them forward so that you're accomplishing those goals. So let's talk a little bit about what an effective huddle would look like. In Vern Harnish's book, and Scaling Up, he does talk about that. There's really 3 main components, and I'm going to talk about what we do. We do it slightly different, but there's 3 main components. And they talk about what's up, daily metrics, and roadblocks. And, what's up is a quick overview of each team member's main focus for the day. Daily metrics, most people know what that is. That allows you to keep a pulse on your firm's key numbers. And we focus more on the quarterly KPI as opposed to that one key number, as opposed to, everyone's metrics. We don't go into everyone's metrics, but we do focus on the one big one. And then the last part is roadblocks. And that's where team members, they flag any potential issues or bottlenecks. The way we do it is we keep it pretty simple. A win from yesterday. Okay. So it's similar to what they do because he talks about, celebrating your wins. We do a win from yesterday, focus for the day. And then at the end of after everyone's shared their win for the day from yesterday, and then the focus for the day, we then get into stucks, which is a really powerful part and this is for people that are resistant to doing the daily huddles or the stand-up meetings. This is the part where it'll probably change your mind because those stucks, that's what's going to save you a bunch of time. It's going to save you a bunch of pain too, because you're able to very quickly identify things that need to be addressed fairly quickly. And you can do it right then. You don't have to do, phone calls back and forth. You don't have to do messages back and forth. It's addressed right there in the meeting, done, over with. It's a really effective tool. Now, what are some ways that we can make sure that these daily huddles are efficient and productive? Because I think that's a complaint I get from a lot of people is, well, they're concerned with, this is time out of my day, and this is, I don't have time to do it. You can do these in 10 to 15 minutes. That's what they're designed to be. You want to make sure you keep this thing brief. So I'm going to give you some tips that we use that I think are really going to help you out. So keep it brief. The idea is to keep this thing 10 to 15 minutes. If you go over that, you're doing it probably wrong. These things should be boom, boom, boom. There should not be a lot of side discussion. You need to get it knocked out, and that way people can get on with their days. But any longer, if you do go longer, you risk turning it into a full-blown meeting, which is not the point, right? You want this to be a huddle, and that's it. Consistency is another part of this. You're going to make sure that you're doing this at the exact same time every single day, okay? That is really, really important. You got to create that rhythm. Vern Harnish talks a lot about creating rhythms, and you got to have a meeting rhythm. So you got to create that rhythm, you have that routine so that your team can count on it, and they know when to show up, and they know that you're going to show up every single day. The next thing is participation. These are not huddles where you just show up, little meetings where you show up and, one person talks. This is something where everyone participates. It's absolutely crucial. Every single team member needs to have the opportunity, not only the opportunity, they need to participate and they need to share. It's not something where they just have the opportunity. They need to actually share. That's why going through those wins from the day before and then also what your focus is for the day, really important, because they not only have the opportunity to talk, but they do talk. They're forced to talk in a good way though. The next thing is keep it action oriented. All right. So the goal of a huddle is to understand what needs to be done and to identify any obstacles. Okay. But it's not the place for any lengthy conversations or discussions. If a conversation veers off, it's really important that you or whoever is running the meeting steps in, guides it back on track, and then says, hey, this sounds like this is going to be something that takes a little bit longer. Why don't you discuss it after the meeting? Okay. Very, very easy. Which leads to the next part. You got to make sure you have a strong leader that is running the huddles, and it doesn't have to be you. Okay. It's just got to be someone that is a strong leader. And this is going to go a really long way of making sure that you're keeping the conversation moving and that you're keeping it on track. All right. So the next thing is focus on today. Okay. You're going to want to make sure you're focusing on today or at most that week. But the huddle is for discussing what's happening today. You're going to want to make sure that you're saving those discussions about long-term projects or strategic goals for longer weekly or monthly meetings. Okay. Because again, you're creating those rhythms. So your team should be having other meetings as well. That way they're on track. So each of your firms are going to have separate teams. Or if you're a smaller one, maybe it's just you and someone else. These are still extremely effective for smaller teams. And when you implement these daily huddles, when they're implemented effectively, they can work wonders on your firm. I've seen firms become more connected, more responsive, and more proactive by integrating these daily huddles in their routine. And as a result, what happens is they see massive, massive growth. I can't overstate this probably because this is how powerful it is. These are extremely powerful at growing your firm and really managing cases anyways. So if it's just you and an assistant and you got 5 cases, okay, great. Talk about those cases. That's fine. If you want to stay at a small firm, these are still going to be effective even if you're a smaller firm, but they're going to be really, really powerful as you start to scale your firm. All right. So hopefully you're going to embrace the power of the daily huddle. It's a very small investment of time that will pay big dividends in communication and aligning your team and making sure that everyone's productive. As always, though, I want to remember that it's about taking that first step. It may not be perfect when you first started out. You might go long. That's okay. You might go short. That's fine. But it's better than standing still. So make sure that you give daily huddles a try, even if you're resistant to it, and watch how they can transform your team's day. I promise you it's going to be effective. Here's to creating a powerful daily rhythm and unlocking the full potential of your law firm. Remember to check out next week's episode where I'm going to be discussing executive assistants. It's the executive assistant advantage, amplifying your effectiveness and efficiency. Till then, remember, imperfect action will always beat perfect inaction. Take care.
Are you ready to unlock your full growth potential both professionally and personally? The Guild, Maximum Lawyers' exclusive community of legal entrepreneurs, invites you to our upcoming in-person mastermind event in Miami, Florida. There's something truly extraordinary about the breakthroughs that occur
when you're physically present, working through your business and mindset challenges in real time. By attending our mastermind, you'll engage in deep discussions, share experiences, and receive expert guidance from our coaches and fellow law firm owners who understand the unique challenges and opportunities within the legal industry. This collaborative atmosphere fuels creativity, accelerates problem solving, and stimulates innovative thinking. Investing in your personal and professional development through attending an in-person mastermind is an investment in yourself and in your future. The breakthroughs, knowledge, and strategies you'll acquire are priceless assets that can transform your practice and propel you towards your goals. Visit maxlawevents.com today to join the Guild, reserve your spot, and secure your ticket at the best possible price.
Thanks for listening to the Maximum Lawyer Podcast. To stay in contact with your hosts and to access more content, go to MaximumLawyer.com. Have a great week and catch you next time.